You hit submit on your application, and immediately you're drowning in a sea of identical resumes. Standing out in today's job market often feels less like a meritocracy and more like a lottery. Enter ChatGPT. For a candidate facing a high-stakes interview, it promises to automate the heavy lifting of self-reflection, transforming years of disorganized experience into a polished professional persona. But this shortcut introduces a new kind of anxiety. Users are increasingly worried about being found out. The fear that if a hiring manager spots the AI assistants, they'll be dismissed as a fraud. We decided to test the limits of this tension. What happens if you use artificial intelligence for every single step of your interview prep? Does it guarantee a job offer, or are you walking into a hidden trap? In a hyper-competitive market, the line between thorough preparation and artificial deception often determines whether a recruiter trusts your potential or flags your application as a mismatch. We begin the experiment with the research phase. By feeding a specific job description into a large language model, the system can predict the 15 to 20 most likely interview questions with high accuracy. The AI organizes our career history using the STAR method: situation, task, action, and result. It forces abstract anecdotes into a structured geometric block. The prompt then extracts specific, measurable results from the final nodes to prove business impact. Next, we move to the practice phase. Tools like LinkedIn's AI Video Coach analyze our practice runs in real time, flagging filler words, measuring delivery speed, and tightening our pacing. At this point, the AI is functioning as an elite career coach. It elevates your perceived competence, making you look and sound like a peak performer on paper and on screen. But here is the flaw. Candidates often memorize perfectly polished AI scripts word for word, trading their actual voice for a machine's precision. Hiring managers are already aware of this. They are countering with predictive screening AI, analyzing the interview itself to determine if you are thinking or just reciting. These systems look for a cognitive fingerprint. Humans use irregular hesitations that mark active thinking. If you recite an answer at a uniform speed, these synthetic patterns trigger an alert. Reciting from memory is simply too fast to be authentic. This culminates in semantic coherence under probing. When a recruiter asks an unpredicted follow-up question, the memorized script collapses because the candidate has no authentic experience to draw from. In this technological arms race, sounding too perfect is now a loud alarm bell for recruiters. The verdict of our experiment is clear. ChatGPT works exceptionally well for preparation and polish, but it fails the moment it becomes a substitute for your own reasoning. Recruiters are looking for a human connection, the adaptability and rapport that AI cannot simulate. A script can make you look competent, but only your unscripted perspective makes you compelling. A moment of wonder. Yet there is a final irony. Even as employers screen out AI-generated answers, they actively expect candidates to be highly literate in these tools to improve their daily productivity once they're on the job. You should now expect a specific interview question. How exactly do you use AI to speed up your workflow? You need examples of transcribing notes, analyzing data, or automating tedious tasks. The most effective candidates bridge this gap by demonstrating high AI literacy while maintaining the cognitive independence to explain their own reasoning.